when we talk about the disinvestment of public transportation, it kind of is parallel with the disinvestment that communities of color have dealt with for many, many years. So talk about MCTS's awareness and what your mission is to do something about it.
With transportation systems, you know, going back 50, 60 years, even longer when they were first formed, segregation was an inherent part of it, either intentionally or unintentionally. But what we're doing at Milwaukee County Transit System is we're addressing how we can make public transit easier to access, providing better service for everyone.
The NEXT program that you've already kicked off, and you're actually ready to go into phase 2. So if you would, tell us a little bit more about that.
Our transit planners, they took a look at each and every bus route and said, okay, what can we do to make this route better? Or what can we do to improve service? Not only did they review each route, but they sought actively public input. So they had a number of public town hall meetings in 2018 and 2019, like, here's our plans, we want to hear from you. So we had it on different parts of Milwaukee County so we could get different populations' input. They took all that input and they went back to the drawing boards, they made some adjustments, and so now then we came up with our final plan for MCTS NEXT. We have faster service, more access, and easier to understand routes. And this all was done in the lens of racial equity. But we're working to doing more things like that. For instance, you know, we have signage, especially areas where maybe Spanish is the primary language, having signage, having ads that speaks to them.
And so when we are on the bus, people can get to know their driver if they ride every single day. With that in mind, talk about the importance of just bringing people together through this transit system.
Last year during the pandemic, I think it really showed how much our community needs us, our essential workers. They relied on us to get them to grocery stores, pharmacies, hospitals. So, and we also appreciate our hardworking men and women of MCTS because they're essential employees too. And they were dedicated and dutiful to make sure that their customers, people that, like you said, who they see every day, were able to make it to their places of employment.
We're on the brand new Route 34. Talk about the significance of this particular route.
With Route 34 is one of our brand new routes, and what we did, we took parts of Route 80 and we took parts of the Blue Line, and we created this particular route that connects us some of our other major routes. And it came about because we had the Amani Neighborhood Association along with the Dominican Center. They had some concerns, and so they invited us to a meeting to share their concerns. And let me tell you, they gave us the business. They gave us the business. Because, like, why are you taking out not just this stop, but to making some other decisions? Our transit planners, they listened, they heard, and they responded. And so they went back to the drawing board, and they're like, you know, we can do so much more to improve route service. And past transit agencies didn't ask people for their feedback. They just did things. Because a lot of people from that meeting, they were still, remember, fresh when I-43 came in and displaced maybe them, maybe the residents, because that was part of an area known as Bronzeville. So here you had families, businesses, essentially the black middle class, like this, we're just going to erase your livelihood, erase your neighborhood, so we can bring in a highway that will connect suburbs to downtown without a way for the residents to be able to connect to their jobs and, you know, like you said, grocery stores, things that they need. And so Route 34, that is an example of how we're addressing decisions that were made in the past for a brighter future today.
After the break, I sit down with Pastor Greg Lewis from Souls to the Polls and discuss the challenges of voting during a pandemic. Please stick around for his story of perseverance.